So my wife comes home after shopping and says, I've always wanted a bidet, and Costco had them on sale for a really good price. So I got one. All you have to do is swap this out for the toilet seat and we're in business. Well, things are never that easy, are they? So the plumbing's easy enough, and we'll be able to install this on the toilet without much problem. But what do we got here? Well, there's a plumbing connection. That's no problem. But wait a minute. What's this? We got to plug this puppy in somewhere. I don't know about you, but I haven't seen too many houses with an outlet near the toilet. And you don't want to run an extension cord over your lap while you go and poo, do you? So this video is really about what I had to go through to install my wife's bidet. Then my daughter visiting said, "Oh, I really like that. I want one." So then we had to do one at her house as well. So here's the bidet on my wife's bathroom toilet. And you can see there's an outlet down low by the toilet, which we put in. Fortunately, there was an outlet here. I guess it was for a hair dryer or whatever near the mirror. And basically, just put in a outlet down there between the two same studs, and patched the wall and so on. That wasn't too bad. And over here we mounted the remote control. And here's the finished product. Now on to my daughter's bathroom. All right, so often doing electrical work, it's not so much the wiring, is running the flex or conduit, whatever you're going to do. Here you can see we have an outlet that's in this tile. You want to avoid trying to remove the tile because it's really quite brittle and would break, and although we do have some replacement pieces, getting it in just right would have been a problem. So we cut a hole above, and we'll be able to fit the conduit with fitting into the box from above. The problem is pushing out the knockout, which pretty much has to be banged out from the outside of the box. So in this hole where we're going around the corner, you can see we drilled a hole that is lined up with the knockout so we could punch it and get it started from here. And then we used a different hole coming in at an angle around that will run the actual conduit across and through this stud, and then we'll put the outlet down here out of the way for the bidet. Okay, so we ran the wires, the conduit down to a new outlet there. We got to patch the wall, but because we're so close to this other wall and the other bathroom is right on the other side, we decided to put an outlet there too. And so here you can see we got an outlet ready to be patched in, and in the other bathroom as well, which is just on the other side of the wall. So this one was pretty easy to locate. Okay, so the outlet here is live. We've got the first coat patched in there, and once we do a little sanding and so on, we'll put the outlet down there as well. Okay, we could have used this GFCI outlet to protect the outlet down here. However, because we continued on through the wall to the other room, we just put a GFCI outlet in this location and the location in the other room. Okay, and here we have the bidet installed, plugged in, so we have power. It's all going good, and the plumbing is all set as well. You can see we just have a little T off the supply to the tank that comes around and supplies the bidet. So here's the final product, and my daughter, Amy, did the final painting and touch-up, and I think she did a really good job. It looks really nice. And here's the final product in the second bathroom, and it too looks great. Shortly after installing the bidet in the bathroom that my wife uses, I got a little bug in my stomach and had diarrhea for 2 days. And boy, I gotta tell you, that bidet literally saved my ass. And now I'm a convert. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna put a bidet in the front bathroom, which is the one that I normally use, just because these things are great. So one more install. Basically, you can see no outlets close by to this toilet, but we were able to install one right down low close to the toilet by going to an outlet on the other side of the wall. On the other side of the wall is a laundry room. And as you can see here, we've got an outlet to plug in the washer and dryer. And so we just drop down from that outlet and open up the wall by the toilet on the other side from the back. Okay, we understand the issues with finding an electrical outlet nearby. Let's move on to the actual installation. I'm only familiar with the Toto products. We have A200s on our elongated toilet bowl and the C200 on 2 round toilet bowls. The reason we went to the C200 for the round ones is that a round bowl option is not available for the A200 model. So anyways, one interesting thing is that you have an instruction sheet, which is basically the same for both models, except there's an additional sheet which says, well, never mind, the instructions on the other sheet aren't right. You need to do this. And basically what it's talking about is the position of the stop on the bracket that attaches to the toilet. Here you can see for the round one on the correction sheet, the position is at the very front of the bracket or towards the bowl. And as you can see on the elongated bowl, the position of that bracket is 1/8 inches from the front edge of the bracket. Kind of unusual. I don't know what they were trying to save by keeping the same instructions and then putting another sheet and going, well, that other sheet's not right, you ought to do this. Pretty weird. The second issue I want to bring up, because it's occurred twice on my installations. You'll see on the bracket down here, there's just this metal clip which fits into a groove, and that's what holds the toilet onto the bracket. And it's supposed to be one here and one here. But as you can see, this one's missing. In the last installation I did, it was also missing, but it was floating around in a box. I was able to retrieve it. In this one, it was not anywhere to be found, and I had to call Toto customer service and get a replacement. As it turns out, they have to replace the whole bracket, but that's okay as long as I get that little metal C-clip. One word of caution is before they give you anything, they want to see a receipt that you bought it from an authorized dealer. So don't throw your receipt away. You might need it. One other interesting thing is the instructions tell you to insert the seat on the bracket until it cannot move and can't be removed. but it doesn't really tell you how to remove it if you need to remove it. There's one little caricature up here without any verbiage that kind of shows there is a button to do that. Other than that, you have to go to the instruction sheet on page 28, where it tells you remove the main unit. Don't pull it with undue force. Push the button, and while pushing it, pull the seat away from the bracket. Okay, so they've sent us the replacement bracket, and as you can see, this one has both of those metal C-clips, which we need, and they're taped down so they don't get lost in shipping. So we're ready to do the install. First, we're going to take off the old toilet seat, loosen it on top with the Phillips screwdriver, clean off the surface nice for the new bracket. Push these rubber doohickeys through that hole there. It helps to wet them with some water because it's a tight fit. Okay, so notice that we've got these little fittings all the way towards the front, like that little correction sheet taught us. And we have these little C-clips now in both positions. And we've removed that little protective Scotch tape that was supposed to keep it from falling out and disappearing. Okay, so now we can shut off the water to the toilet. Flush the toilet to drain the tank. Right. And we'll just, may need a wrench for this. Remove that fitting. Okay, we loosened the fitting with a wrench, and now we'll unscrew it by hand. And then it's disengaged, and we'll catch any extra water might be there. A little bucket. Add this little T that's applied with the kit. Just hand tighten it loosely for now until we get everything lined up. Just get that close to where we're going to want it. And put the toilet seat on. Just push it on until you hear the clicks. Try pulling it back. It's on securely. Check the alignment. Yeah, we got good alignment. That's what those little brackets that we moved to the front do, is they align the toilet seat with the toilet. All right, we snugged up everything to hand tight as best we could. They said don't use a wrench, so let's see if we in fact don't have leaks when we do this. Turn the water back on. So far, so good. Now, just plug it in. We should be good to go. Lights are on. That's a good sign. Locate the mounting bracket for your remote control somewhere you want. Set up your personal preferences, and you're done. And here's the finished install.